was going to talk to you about, spirituality, recognizing that your guardian angel is there with you and the power that you have inside of you, because that's so important for so many people. We kind of lose that power sometimes out of fear, and we shouldn't. I always remember, even as a child, I know you all know I'm severely dyslexic, can't even say the word properly, but to claim back your own power that's inside of you, that's very important for us all. It gives us strength. It gives us belief in ourselves. It gives us confidence, that we can do whatever we enjoy doing or we'd love to do. And, when I was, a teenager, a child, I always remember getting a pet, a rabbit. And my greatest worry that time, and I said it to my guardian angel, I said it to Archangel Michael, but Mum and Dad just gave me this rabbit in a box, a cardboard box. How can I take care of it? And the angel said, Lorna, you can build something. You can make a home for it and love it. And I was so excited. But that did stir up the power inside of me. That stirred up confidence and belief that I could make something, a home for this little rabbit. But that's what you have to do for yourself as well. You've got to not just believe in what you're doing, because that's not all the words for the power inside of you. You've got to love it as well. You've got to, in a sense, say, I think my plan will be this way. I think I will go down the road, or I'll get some. For me, it was going out onto the building site and being so determined and believing I could find, pieces of wood and nails, and my dad had a hammer, and that I could build this home, because the angels kept telling me I could. And I never realized until I got much older, really until I started to write the books, that they were actually teaching me about the power inside of me, that power that is, so strong inside of each and every one of us, that power of belief. But in today's world, we have a terrible habit of wanting to be what we consider, or maybe what everyone else says, being perfect, but being perfect in their way. And your power, that power that's inside of you, that belief, that hope, it's not like anyone else's. And no matter what you do, won't turn out like anyone else's. It will be unique. And that's one thing the angels taught me. And it's so much about, connecting spiritually to yourself, because that power inside of you is connected to your soul. It's that love. It's again, is that belief. And I would say to you, maybe today or tomorrow or whenever you feel like it, write down maybe 3 things you will say to yourself every morning. Maybe say to yourself when you wake, before you even get out of bed, I believe in myself. Maybe the next thing is to say, I believe of the strength and power and love within me. And maybe the third thing is to say, I will accomplish my day with that strength of my power and that love in every single thing I do. Like, I would often meet mothers and fathers and teachers and doctors and, a shopkeeper, or, someone that works in an office, or even another writer. And we all seem to lack that belief of the power inside of us to achieve, to do things that we love. And it's not all about, you know, the massive dream that you're going to be. I always use Beyonce, that you're going to be like her, because that's not your power. That's not you, because you can't be Beyonce. Like, that's one thing the angels always taught me. Like, angel hostess sometimes would be saying, Lorna, just be yourself. And I would give out, because I would say, how can I be myself when I can't read or write, or when, you know, when someone hands me something or says, hold it like this, and I'm looking at them and I can't figure out the way they're holding it, because that's part of the dyslexic I have as well. Or they'd say, pick this up this way. And no way could I pick it up, the box up the way they're saying. I found it so confusing. I couldn't even turn my hands or my arms in those directions. So the most important thing is, let your dream be your dream. And remember, just go down that road of life, because every day is your dream. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you get out of bed. Again, maybe another thing to say to yourself is, you'll be positive within yourself today, because again, you want your power to feel positive, and never let anyone take it away from you, because your power, your spirituality is personal to you. And that is very important. Sometimes we just let it go. Sometimes just because someone says something to us, we feel offended, or we feel hurt, or we feel you're not good enough. But the thing is, you are good enough. You are unique and you are perfect. And that is one message I'm always giving out there, because that is one message the guardian angels are always saying to everyone. Your guardian angel says it to you every single day, probably umpteen times in the day. You know, you are unique, you are beautiful, you are perfect in every way, and that they love you unconditionally. And in a sense, we have to start to think of ourselves within that way. We've got to, you know, allow ourselves to feel that power, that uniqueness, that perfectness. It's like when someone is a painter and they paint houses, like they're going into a house that needs painting. It's like, know that your strokes on the wall or on the doors, wherever your strokes of paint are going, you know, that they are perfect and unique to you. It is to believe in that power within inside of you, and to allow your spirituality out, you know, and of course talk to your guardian angel every day to help you in that way. Like, I never say to myself, you know, where am I going today? You know, what's the plan? I never say these kind of things. I never even, in a sense, dream. Like some people say to me, what's your dream? You know, what's your plans? And I suppose maybe they are being unfolded, you know, but at the very beginning, you know, I didn't have plans. All as I knew was that to go down the path of life and to believe in myself the way the angels taught me, even though I couldn't read or write, even though I had such difficulties when somebody would give me direction, just so many things. And one thing they would often say, sometimes it'd be Archangel Michael, sometimes it'd be Hostess or Alicia. Sometimes they would just say, Lorna, they know no better. And that would make me smile, because you have to remember, people in your life, they don't really know you. And one of the things of growing spiritually, of connecting spiritually, is recognizing the power inside of you, all of that love, all of that hope, all of that positiveness, and saying to yourself, I want to get to know me. That's another very good exercise to do, to get to know yourself, to get to know that that stroke of paint is unique to you. That stroke of paint is you. Your smile is you. That, you know, I have to smile. Maybe another little example is, you know, I don't really cook. I'm a terrible cook. But the angels would say to me, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, just cook the best you can, because that's my uniqueness in the way I cook. You know, no one else can cook like me. As my children would say, no, we'll make the tea, Mom. You know, because if I make them a cup of tea, they kind of go, oh, Mom made the tea in that way. But yet that's the power inside of me, the way I cook. That's the power inside of me, the way I make the tea. And it's not, the angels have always taught me, no matter how different I am, or no matter how different I do things, I am unique. And therefore, you are unique. And you are unique spiritually. And that is your power. To recognize that, to get to know you. Because we all have to get to know ourselves, discover more about ourselves. So maybe you will hear me talk maybe more all about, you know, the power inside of us, our spirituality, our guardian angel, you know, that love, allowing our soul to come forward, allowing our real selves to step forward and to help you to get to know you and realize what a wonderful person you are and how unique you are and what strengths you have. And some people would say to me, Lorna, you know, sometimes they would say they're hopeless. You know, they would say, you know, they have read a book about empowering yourselves, and they would say they can't do that. And I would ask them why. And they would say, well, I've made so many mistakes. And I would just look at them and say, you've never made a mistake in your life, really, because there is no such thing as a mistake. It's only an experience. So don't over worry about that word mistake, because it's, in a sense, all our words are man-made. They're the way we communicate. Like, I could have said, I made a terrible mistake when I baked that cake because it never turned out like a cake. It was like leather all around the edges, but in the inside, it tasted so beautiful. The tiny part in the inside, the dead center. So the angels have never taught me to ever say to myself, I've made a mistake. They've actually just taught me about love, hope, being compassionate, and just allow it to unfold. Don't criticize or run yourself down. You are a powerful person. You have a fantastic journey ahead of you. And maybe, you know, when you're at home or in the evening, sit back and say to yourself, I want to grow spiritually. I want to connect. I want to reach into myself and get to know me. I want to connect to my soul. I want to take back my power that in one sense, maybe you might feel you've given away to others because you have allowed them in one way, even though they haven't really taken it away from you, because they criticized you or because they said something that, wasn't loving towards you. Tell yourself you want to take all of that back. That from now on, you're not going to give your power, the spiritual side, the wonderful person that you are, to anyone else. And dream as well, and that's the hardest part I find, because what would I say? I've never, the angels would just say, from the time I was a child, one day, Lorna, you will write about us, about God and us. And I never even dreamt about that. And they did say the books will be bestsellers. And I never even dreamt about that. I just went down the path. Eventually I said yes. And I went down that path. But the angels taught me to love me. They taught me not to be offended. They taught me to believe in myself, like even making the rabbits hutch, so many things, that no matter what I did was perfect. And that's what you have to remember. Everything you do is perfect. A carpenter makes a table by hand. He is inspired spiritually, and you want your guardian angel. You want to be inspired spiritually. So they help you to see inside of your mind, the picture of maybe what the table will look like. And they will allow lots of thoughts to cross your mind. And then it's your choice to pick whichever ones and put them together. But remember, you will put them together perfectly and uniquely. And because it's made by hand, no one else is going to be able to do one exactly like you. They won't even be able to shine the piece of wood, the shape of it, nothing. And that's you as well. You're like a piece of wood. And all of the time you are polishing yourself. You are smoothing yourself out. You are getting to know yourself. You're taking off the pieces that, let's say, have become contaminated by human life, by being told you're not good enough, by being told you're silly, or by being told you could never do that. I always say, maybe you can never be an astronaut. Maybe you can never be the president of America. Or maybe you can, never be, you can never be Beyonce, because she's unique to herself. She's her. But you can be, in one sense, whatever you want to be. You can be, a wonderful mother to your children, and no one else can be your children's mother, because none of them can be like you. And I'd always say, be the best parent you possibly can be. Just hold on to the power that's inside of you. Hold on to that spirituality and ask the angels to help you, to guide you. Call on Archangel Michael. He's there for everyone. Sometimes we feel he's with us all day, but he's not. He's with millions of people all at the same time as he is with you. Ask your guardian angel to have teacher angels in and around you, and take those stepping stones in life. Whether it is today you go into work and after work you decide to go for a little walk in the park, go and enjoy it. Allow all the positive thoughts to flow through your mind. Allow yourself to believe in yourself. Allow yourself to take those stepping stones down the path of life and just allow them to unfold. you know, allow the angels to guide you. You know, I always say to people, I can never understand why people find it so hard. But when the angels say to me, you know, just say there was other people in this room except the angels. And they all said to me, Lorna, let's go now and we'll go out, you know, the door over there to the right. And suddenly, you know, the angel said, no, go out the closest door. I wouldn't follow everyone out the other door. I would go out. And when they say to you, go this way, just go that way. They're teaching you all of the time. Take your power back. Take the belief within yourself. Believe in you. Don't be doubting yourself anymore. You know, one saying, you know, we would say in Ireland long ago, and that was, you know, any doubts you have, any negative thoughts, anything at all, you know, put it into a bag, go out into the cornfield, dig a hole and bury it. And in a sense, that's what you need to do for yourself. You need to take away all of those things that have stopped you believing in you, have stopped your spirituality growing, has stopped you taking those powerful steps in your life, whatever you want to do. And the power is inside of you. And you just need to open it and to believe in yourself. It's like if you're out somewhere and you're drinking a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, sit there with confidence and belief in yourself and smile, you know, and, you know, be the best person you possibly can be. Don't be anyone else, and release that spiritual power inside of you. And dreams are important. If you have a dream, yes, go after it. But if that dream changes, don't be disappointed. Don't say, I've made a mistake, because there's no such thing as mistakes. You went after that dream because it's not that dream that's going to unfold, it's something else, you know. So believe and go down that journey of life. Just allow it unfold, and don't be doubting yourself. You know, take back your power. Don't let anyone take it away from you. And even if someone stands in front of you, your boss, let's say, sometimes I do hear stories of a boss giving someone really a hard time. And they would tell me they are doing all their work. They're doing even more than the work, but yet they're criticized all of the time. You know, one thing the angels taught me about that, and that is, you know, sometimes when someone criticizes you or blows up or runs you down, it's actually not you they're really running down. They're angry with themselves. They're actually talking about themselves. They're hurt. They're going through pain. Something has happened in their life. And sometimes, you know, the angels would just say to me, you know, Lorna, smile. They know no better. It's okay. Just love them. And just remember that. Just love them yourself. But keep your power. Don't give it to them. Never give your spirituality, your power, yourself away to anyone else. It belongs to you and no one else. And just love you. And, you know, even stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself, there's so many exercises you could do. There's so many things you could say every morning or every night when you're going to bed. Or even ask, you know, just as you say your prayers and you fall asleep, no matter what faith you are or what beliefs you have, you know, ask your guardian angel that in your thoughts, in your sleep, that you will see what a wonderful person you are. that you will see that you can believe in yourself and that you are full of strength and hope and love, compassion, and that you will be the best person you possibly can be the next day. Because each day is a journey in life. Each day is a new beginning. So if you have lost the power within yourself, or you have given it away so much, or you have allowed others to shatter it, allowed others to take away your self-confidence, your belief in yourself, always remember, the next morning is a new day, a new beginning. You can gain back that belief within yourself. You can get to know you. And ask your guardian angel to help you. Ask for that spiritual side to grow inside of you and allow yourself to know you. That will help you to believe in yourself. That will help you to give back your power. Because it's not that it's gone. It's not that it's to be given back to you. It's in you all of the time, because no one can actually take your power away from you, because your power is part of your spirituality. So love you, get to know you. I'll say God bless and love you all. Bye-bye.